Congratulations, Dollar Belladonna 85 has achieved.
No! No! No!
Dolly, 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 Dolly. Hey! Dolly, 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 Dolly. Hey! Dolly, 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 Dolly.
Hello. Yeah.
I don't know why, but for some reason the camera's decided to crash as soon as I switched to it. And it's not the camera that's crashed. The camera's fine. It's the video broadcast. So I switched to it. It's like the video broadcast is like, nah, I don't want to run. It's fine. You don't want to see me anyway. Three, two, one, activate. There you go. Hello. Look. Hey, ages. Just like how long it took this t-shirt to work. Yay. There you go. Pride t-shirts. Official Sega Pride t-shirts. Really nice as well. Good in this way. Very breathable. Oh, how is the Dolly of Belladonna? How is the Asta of Demon Queens? And how is the 228 of Tara Lose? Or is it the Lou of Tara? Yeah, how is the Lou of Tara? How is Tara's Lou? Warm. Yep. The forecast for this week is going up to 33 degrees. Oh, you should have seen me coughing on ice cream earlier. Literally, I had some I have some of that. You know, the cheap, tacky, soft scoop ice cream. I was just literally eating that with some golden syrup on. Yes, it's cheap. Yes, it's tacky. Yes, it's one of those. It's not the greatest, but that's Scruffy. Get back, you flea-infested mongrel. In the freezer. Get it yourself. Just downstairs. Go in the kitchen. You can't miss it. Giant fridge freezer. Open the freezer. Third drawer down is a tub of Giovanni soft scoop ice cream. You know, it's the yellowy kind of ice cream. It's not the good ice cream. You're eating ramen. Highest expected for you is 35. Let's see if the camera picks this up. The temperature for the room right now. If it gets much hotter, I might have to end the stream early. The other day, I was trying to play a game. Well, I was trying to play a game with Dolly. PC overheated and got too hot and just decided to give up. So, yeah. Thankfully, the game I'm about to play doesn't require... I just realised, why is my camera only running at 30? Oop. Camera. There you go, 60 frames per second. Thank you. Yeah, to change my camera. Yes. So hopefully the game isn't too stressful on the graphics card or anything like that. Because if it all cuts out, I'll be like, yeah, it's too hot to stream. Oh, and take it this way, Asta. That 33 is what they're saying now. This morning they were saying it was going to go up to 30. So it's getting hotter. Luckily, I'm not in the depths. Actually, I should do it like this.
The death zone.
You know, the big red death zone that the Met Office have reported. Yeah. Oh, I can do this. Look, whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, what's this do? I mean, it's the denoises, but there's no noise to denoise. This is the one that's the scary one. My eyes I'm always looking, even though I'm actually looking over here on that way. My eyes always looking. There's this vinaigrette one which gives dark into the corners. There's a virtual key light. Apparently, supposed to virtually put a light on me. Not recommended when gaming. Yeah. Where is the death zone? If you look up at the Met Office and look at the red area, it's actually the south of Wales, that area of England as well leading up to it. So the Sofa Crafty Dragon. She's in the red zone. Anyway, anywho, let's do some shootouts. So Dolly Belladonna came first. No one's come second, third, or just been here.
Dad, Where's the bastard?
Hey there, cool cats and kittens. This is your host from the past, and boy, do we have a treat for you. Belladonna 85 is like a Pac-Man, gobbling up
Borderline
ghosts.
nasty, you were close, but second is still good.
It saw me.
Some people prefer it when you come second.
Yay, Scruffiner for his third.
Need to get to
Yay,
the
Scuffy
tents.
Nuffer is thirst.
Get to the tents. Get to the tents.
Just realised, thirst doesn't do a text thing in chat.
Fucking get to the tent yourself.
I think she dead. She be dead. D-E-D. Dead.
Yay, Terralo 228 made it to the stream.
Hey, Tavalu 228 made it to the stream. Yay. Yo, Tara. It's your birthday. I probably put too much echo. Maybe it's about that echo, not that echo. Probably shouldn't be that close over.
Yay, Scruffiner made it to the stream.
Okay, Scruffy. You're here. You did that as well. Yeah, I've got to be careful with the amount of TTS things I've got because, I mean, luckily I don't have enough people here to use the TTS enough to actually use them all up. Yeah, we're in the amber zone as well. I mean, there's a reason I bought another crate of these.
Scruffy Nefer has reached a 3-stream watch streak and says
And says what, Scruffy? What do you say, Scruffy? Don't leave us hanging like that. Don't just redeem it without a message. Don't just go redeem it and then not have anything there.
Belladonna 85 made it to the stream.
No, Scruffy. You can't say that after the fact. You should put it in as the message. Can't believe you there, Scruffy. Blue balling us with your streak message. And yes, I have figured out to get streak messages on the stream. $7.99 for 24 alcohol-free beers. You can see why I'm drinking so many of them. I've got 2 crates on the second crate now. I might have to go back and buy more. They actually had a pallet full of them in the shop, so I think I might have to go back and see if they've got any more before they sell out. And like I said, Scruffy, hey, you're the one with the cornetto addiction. I don't have cornettos. I haven't had a cornetto in ages. £8 for 26 cans of Chepsy. I can't drink Chepsy though. And these are 330ml as well, so these are the same size. So we're finally getting to a point where alcohol-free beer is the same price as buying. We don't have Coke. Will this do? That's how it's always in the shop, isn't it? Was it? I like a Jack Daniels and Coke. Ah, we don't do Coke. Will Pepsi do? Yes, it's always that in the pub. How many times do you go into the pub to buy a drink and it's always if you're asking for something with Coke, it's always we don't do Coke. Will Pepsi do? That's what you're drinking, Scruffy. You're drinking. We don't do Coke. Will Pepsi do? Has anyone ever said no to that? I actually prefer Coke over Pepsi. But at the moment, I would say no, yes, because I can't drink either. Pepsi doesn't Pepsi have aspartame in and then the standard drink now? I mean, if I want Coke, I've got caffeine-free Coke. Yeah, Tara likes Pepsi. In fact, Tara got a bit upset when she found that Costco have changed their drink supplier from Pepsi back to Coke. Pretty much Costco, in order to keep their... Tara's booing now. Costco, when they do their $1.99 hot dog, which is $1.99 hot dog with drink plus free refills, if you're drinking one from the fountain, which, well, I say fountain, you know, the refills. You've got a choice. You used to have Pepsi, 7-Up, Tango, Pepsi, and stuff. Now it's Coke and stuff. IG High G. What the hell are you talking about in the video broadcast? How can it be high GPU load when there's nothing happening? It doesn't like the heat. We'll see how it goes with the game, but it's complete. Yeah. Back and we. Yeah, I can't even have Monster. Now, one thing I wish they would do. This is gonna sound. May sound strange, but caffeine-free Red Bull or caffeine-free Monster. You have a drink with the same drink as the Monsters, without the caffeine in. Someone actually managed to do that. Someone actually managed to make a Red Bull with no caffeine in, the same taste and everything else. And said it's tasted just as good. The only problem is they can't sell it, and Red Bull said no because they're an energy drink company. But as someone who can't drink anything with too much caffeine in, I could have a cup of tea. Can have a couple of cups of tea. But I can't drink anything like a can of Monster anymore. Even though I used to love the Cancer Monster, and my favorite Red Bull was the Red Bull was it Summer Fruits one, the yellow can that they did. Although I do like standard Red Bull, I think it actually tastes quite nice. The red and blue can. I've never tried the yellow can. The original Red Bull. Oh no, Asta. I used to. Before I decided to cut down on cans of Monster like that, I would have a can of Monster for the drive to work. I would then, depending on things, either have another can of Monster when I got to work, although normally I would be good and I'd wait till lunchtime and pick up a fresh can from the shop down the road. I'd drink that then. A couple of the colleagues at work got G Fuel and they would happily share it. So not only would I be drinking cans of Monster, I would be drinking G Fuel. I was the weirdo that liked the chili dog one that they did for Sonic. Keeping with the Sega theme. They also did a Doom one, which was quite nice. Again, there was a bit of a spice to the Doom one. I was the only one. Again, I was the only one who liked that. Nowadays, I couldn't handle either of them. But I would have multiple drinks of G Fuel plus the energy drink, then drive home. Or the other one would be when I remember getting a couple of bottles of, the big bottles of Emerge energy drink and drinking two of them in one day. So, yeah, I could probably match your how many you think is too many nowadays. Another thing was when I stopped having that and started having coffees. I would make myself a coffee first thing in the morning to get having my cereal, and a second coffee to take with me in the car. When I got to work, I'd make another coffee, but then take into the office. Then on my morning break, another coffee. Then at lunch, another coffee or two, usually two, one at the start of break, one at the end of break, lunch. Then in the afternoon break, another coffee and a coffee to drink on the way home. So yeah, having to give up caffeine was quite hard with the amount of caffeine I used to have. Like I said, I can have a couple of cups of tea now, but that's about it. I get away with a single coffee. Might have to try that. Make myself a nice coffee. Anyway, the next person in the chat was this person.
So you may as well get this anyway.
Well. Looks like we got ourselves a real live wire here, folks. This Demon Queen is all about the 18 plus MSQ life in Final Fantasy XIV Online. And replaying the story is Poto, whatever that is. It's like Pac-Man, but with more crafting and gathering. And let me tell you this, Lala Convocation does not sleep. It's like never-ending game of Space Invaders over here. Tune in for some retro gaming goodness, folks. Demon Queen Asta. I have one sneak usually in the morning, maybe a coffee later on. Nowadays, I drink, water, something with milk in, decaf tea. I've got multiple boxes. Well, I had. I'm reducing them now. When you go to the shop, you can buy the little boxes of Yorkshire tea. I didn't just buy the Yorkshire box. I bought the tray with all the Yorkshire teas in. Then I'll drink caffeine-free coffee. I've got a nice CBD caffeine-free coffee. I've got bottles of water. Usually they're bottles we refilled with water. They're in the fridge. Or squash. Problem with drinking water on its own, it makes me feel a bit queasy. It does something to my stomach. But if it's with an additive like squash, I don't mind it. So it's like when I was drinking all that liquid death. I've got 1 can left. It's still in date. I've got 1 can left in the fridge. I'd get the liquid death, pint glass, liquid death, bit of squash, put the squash in, liquid death on top, make a pint of pretty much orangeade using sparkling water and orange squash. That's really refreshing in summer. 3 to 4 cans of Monster a day. Yeah. As I said, I used to have about the same or more. Funnily enough, there's less caffeine in them than you think. I'm not saying there isn't any caffeine. Less than you think because of the. Because nobody ever. They don't normally list how much caffeine is in say Starbucks coffee or how much caffeine is. So you go to Costa Coffee, get a cappuccino. How much caffeine's in that? How much caffeine's in a espresso? Really strong coffee espresso. And a double espresso's got more caffeine in than a can of Monster. Like I say, I mean, how about this then, Asta? I remember opening a bottle of Emerge, drinking the whole entire bottle because it'd been quite hot that night anyway. So I drank it all. Then going back to sleep. Caffeine literally never used to affect me at all. Yeah. And I just opened up a new tab to do something. I forgot what it was. That's useful. Completely forgotten. La 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 la. Isn't he also the one that did a video with Tom Scott to find a drink that
Chat, can we start?
to find a coffee that he liked? Java Monster has 200 milligrams. Monster Ultra sugar free at 150 milligrams. And all plus the rest of 160. Yeah, like I said, the worst I did was have a whole bottle of Emerge and fall asleep. I used to get a strong coffee from McDonald's and drink it, and then go to bed not long afterwards. So, as I said, caffeine never used to affect me. Then I got ill, and then all of a sudden it did. Yep, it still happens. Because I can drink a small amount of caffeine, it means I'm perfectly fine having iced tea. In fact, if we get a KFC and they say, "What drink do you want?" I normally go for the iced tea because it's a drink I know I can drink. Piece of advice: if you are getting me a drink from the drinks machine in KFC, because they all go through the same nozzle, get something to pour through it first, be it water or iced tea first, before you then make my drink. Make sure it clears out any excuse me, any aspartame first of the other drinks. Apart from that, yeah, I literally drank an iced tea and fell asleep on the sofa. Thank you, Dolly. I thought you took your headset off. Do you not like the la 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 la? I'm a man with a big beard and I am going to play Shinobi. Ah, I hate it when you sneeze and your nose still feels tingly. Oh, Buffy sent me something called Super. Apparently, it says it's tutti frutti. It's a caffeine free. Apparently, it's supposed to taste like Red Bull with no caffeine, but it's from Kuwait. But can you get it in the UK? No idea. Ah, pity. That clip is too loud. My beard isn't that big. Actually, my beard is almost down to the Sega. It literally is. Even if I look straight, it's there. The problem with my beard isn't that, it's the fact that the beard goes boing. Like a spring, it just springs back. What I need to do is I need to get hair straighteners and start straightening my beard. Straightening and straightening and straightening so it becomes as long as it is. Oh, I keep forgetting my mic can pick me up. Get used to the thing. The problem is if I turn on the video broadcast on the microphone, you lose sound effects. It literally removes the sound effects as well. So the plan of today is play more Shinobi, see how many times I die. So far, it's been 47 times. And then when I get frustrated, play some Masuku, which don't even it's on with just getting it added to the game database. I don't think it's available on Twitch yet. Oh, 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 oh! It is. It's available. I'm just gonna send something to Alistair. And yes, I am gonna be playing for the charity. Um, they did say it'll be to the end of this month for doing the doubling. So anything. Also, the alerts should work now. You'll also notice I've changed the colouring to try and make it stand out more, which has kind of failed with my background, but it should stand out more when I'm playing the game. And the alert should work. I really don't want to use Just Giving for any future charity streams. Just Giving is a pain. In fact, Just Giving, if you're listening to this, sort yourself out. Pretty much, if I want to have an alert, now Mix It Up can connect to Just Giving and bring it up. So Mix It Up's connected, except it's not working. So you then think, okay, what else can connect? Oh, Streamlabs can connect. Yeah, it can connect, except it's not working. It doesn't see the page. So you think, okay, these things have got a scrolling on the top. They're from Just Giving directly. Surely they've got something. Yes, as long as you either have your own website or are willing to use gifts from Giphy and sounds from Free Sound, so they don't mind you playing off their website, then you can have an alert. Yeah. So I've literally sorted it out. So because I've got my own website, I've hosted the video as a GIF because it can't be a video, it has to be a GIF and a sound effect. It should now work. The only way to test it though is to literally have someone donate. I'm not asking anyone to donate, but yeah, someone would have to donate for it to work. Yeah. Anyway, in that little rant, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's realize let's realize I haven't turned on the gamepad, so let's hope we can pick up the gamepad. Oh! Thank you, Tara, and it worked! You won't get any of the TTS. But thank you, Tara. The only problem with that though is now this. You've just added a bean to my count, Tara. As I said, a bean for every £5. Why does that say? Okay. I'm a bit blind. thinking I need to make that bigger. Because I thought that said 33, but I couldn't read it. There you go. Apparently you're the top donation. That's broken. The top donation is not you, Tara. You're the top donator for today, but you're not the top donation. So like I said, just giving. Sort yourself out. So thank you, Tara, for the donation. It said 29 earlier. That doesn't make sense. It should have said 25 earlier because Tara just gave a fiver. Oh, no, it didn't. Oh, yes, it did. Was I actually trying to do something? Oh, yeah, I saw that and was like, nope. Just thinking something else. You did gift aid. Yay! And then I'll remember to do that. Oh, that's lucky. How do I go up? Can I go up? How did I manage to do that? What have I just done? Oh, turn the lasers off. How did I manage to miss? I'll turn those lasers off though. Ah, these lasers. Enjoy your lurk. Now those lasers are off. Now those lasers are off. Now those lasers are off. Ow. Oh, those lasers are off. Okay. I'm a ninja, you know what that means, and I do my little turn on the catwalk. Yeah, on the catwalk, yeah, and I shake my little tush on the catwalk. Lurking while tired and caffeinated. I was caffeinated. I wasn't aware she was caffeinated. Ooh, my cells filled. Whoa. Ah, I'm back here. Both. Both is an option, isn't it? Can't do both. What do you mean you can't do both? There's always time for both. Ooh, after landing in their attack, both 3 kunais. So you do that. For landing an attack, that's not. Ooh. Okay. Not though. Down we go. I can't believe I managed to go all the way down without getting hurt until the very bottom. I did not expect that. World map. Yes, return to the world map. Can't do both. Well, I would say mint, but some people don't like mint. For those, they're wrong. Looks like I'm doing this one. Pretty much I'm trying to do the unlocks first before I go on to the next level. This way, this way, this way, this way. Sniper. How am I going? Right. Ow. That's what I'm trying to do. That attack. Does it work? I'm trying to do. You get out of the way. And you die. This stream needs more Raymond. There's an issue about that. Raymond's not made by these guys. Bitch. Stupid lightning. Also, I've never actually played Raymond. Might have to play it sometime. Can we get a shout out for Hitch, please? Ooh.
Feels so. Ooh, I could kill a student with it. It feels really good.
Unfortunately, we haven't actually tested whether we can kill students with it. We have been tempted, but we've not actually succeeded yet. What button is it I'm missing? That one. There we go. You have lumps in your lawn. Hey, 4 health. Please tell me that turns them all off. It turns that one off. Back I go. Ah, shoot. The jumping. Why am I not able to? You know what? I'll give up. I can go back there and get that again. Third. I can literally go back there. So how's the hitch? When's your next stream? Yeah, speaking of Rayman, like I said, I've never actually played it, but that doesn't mean I can't play it. I get to that one. More of luck. Yay! Everyone go follow Hitch now so we can watch him far. Who hopefully has better gaming ability than me. And doesn't start. What I want. Yeah, but I want to go up to the top. How do I get up there then? Don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I should have to go that way in the top. Don't know. Okay, just loops back in itself. Go back to the world map. So what is it you're playing on stream, Hitch? I mean, come get some Commodore games and demos implied not. Oh, he's going to be playing on the new Commodore 64 Commodore phone. Yeah, that new Commodore phone that looks absolutely how do I put this? Shit. Hey man. If I wanted a phone that cost 30 quid, but paid too much for it, I still wouldn't buy a Commodore phone. I mean, to be honest, it probably does cost a bit more than that because it's using a custom OS. Yeah, I'd buy this Trump phone. The Trump phone looks fantastic. The HTC Trump phone. The one that they originally said would be made in America, and now all of a sudden it's not made in America. It was designed with American values.
Hitchmeister has reached a 3-stream watch streak and says,
Does nobody like leaving messages on the streaks? Oh, it's this guy. I don't like the riff. Found the riff, but I don't like doing them. So at least I found it. 500 quid for a 40 quid phone. That's not even Commodore, let's be honest. Yeah. To be fair, when was the last time Commodore was Commodore? I can't think of any time. It's like there was a Commodore USA who technically kind of still exists because they're still making Commodore OS, which is a custom Linux distro that's based on, I don't remember now, but there's the custom Linux distro of Commodore OS, which was done by Commodore USA, but they're not allowed to call it Commodore USA anymore, so they can still call the OS Commodore OS. Then you had Commodore Germany. Yeah. 99, maybe. It's like, when was the last time Atari was Atari? Is it pre-Tramiel? Is it when Tramiel was there? Is it before Warner Brothers decided to buy Atari? Is it now when it's just a rebranded Infograms? 1979. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, nowadays they're a rebranded French company. Which is why they're Atari SA, because it's equivalent limited, proper French. Activision is now Microsoft. Acclaim is now Microsoft. Ocean is Atari and EA. Codemasters is at EA. Gremlin has finally been brought back to Gremlin again, but still. Is it me or have nearly all the original companies gone? I'm trying to think of any of the original companies that still exist. Because even Sega's not Sega, it's Sega Sammy. Nintendo, I suppose. No, I know it happens. It's just one of those that you realise when you're playing a game and you think, oh, this game was by XYZ. Like this game was by Maxis. Oh, that's EA nowadays. This game was by DMA Design. Oh wait, no, that's Sony nowadays. Or it's if it's no, actually no, DMA Design all became Sony, except for GTA. Yeah, Psygnosis. Ed. Yeah, the amount of games I own where you look at them and go, what happened to this company? I mean, the worst ones have got to be the ones where scruffy. The wrong Commodores. Yes, when you see stuff and you think, have I been taken over, merged? Or they just went. I kind of understand if they just go bust because that happens. It's just when a company buys them, EA, and strips them out, EA, and it no longer becomes the company they were before, EA. It's like EA used to be a good company. I mean, look back in the day when they used to make all the games for the old Mega Drive and stuff, or even when they made deluxe paint on the Amiga, when they actually used to stand for Electronic Arts. Now they stand for money. I think the worst thing that happens to most game companies is when they go public and have shares to sell and they have to respond to the share owners. I think that's the worst thing. No, with the EA thing now, I was more thinking the most recent one with Capcom, where they said it's not going to make any differences. They immediately make differences. Like, if you want the latest Formula 1 game, you need to buy last year's Formula 1 game, then buy the DLC to make it this year's game. Which, in a way, kind of makes sense. It also means you have to buy the game twice, because the DLC isn't much cheaper than buying the game. Valve is still Valve, yes. Although, have you seen the price of the Steam machine? It's a bit more expensive than I was hoping for. I mean, it's a bit more expensive than Valve were hoping for, according to I've been reading. Yeah, it's on the Steam main page, or it was for me. Let's see if I can get it to. Here we go. Your games on the big screen, Steam machine. I mean, it looks like a nice cube. And the brand have already done the companion cube skins. But here you go. Here's the price. The price is. Oh, actually, you can't see it. It's behind my shoulder. Let me scroll. There you go. £879 for the 512 gigabyte model. It comes with a semi-custom AMD Zen 4 6-core 12-thread CPU. It comes with a semi-custom AMD RDNA 3 28 compute unit graphics card. It comes with 16 gig of RAM with 8 gig of VRAM, 512 gig SSD with a micro SD card as well. Which, if you can support micro SD Express, too bad. You know the NVMe Express SD cards. Wi-Fi 6E, good. Bluetooth 5.3, good. Gigabit Ethernet, good. Integrated Steam controller wireless adapter. That's pretty good if you buy the controller. It's a 6-inch cube. It's tiny. A 6-inch cube is actually, for everything you're getting, it's a very small form factor. They run Steam OS 3. If you want it with a controller, it's £938. No, I know. This will pretty much, they're actually going through all your library, and anything that you can run on the Steam Deck will run on the Steam machine. As it says, it's got. You might not be able to read it because I don't know if I can zoom in. No, I can't zoom in. It says it's got over 6 times the horsepower of the Steam Deck. So any game you can play on the Steam Deck, you can play on the Steam machine. It's designed to be able to play most Steam machine games. It also has FSR, so it can do the scaling thing. 6 inches is massive. At least that's what she told you. But yeah, apparently it's smaller than a banana. Gigabit port, display port, HDMI 2.0, which is actually being updated according to what I've been reading. The only reason it's saying HDMI 2.0 is because Linux and the HDMI forum doesn't like releasing the latest version of HDMI to Linux. Pretty much because it's open source and they want to keep it closed source. But they always release it, when they release a new version's coming out. So apparently they're working on the driver. AMD have a driver in progress that they're ready to drop to enable modern HDMI support. 1 USB-C and 4 USB-A ports. I like that. So ready for the peripherals and monitors you can throw. But don't actually throw things at it. But he reckons it can do 4K gaming at 60 FPS with FSR. Now, one thing I noticed is Sony fanboys, the ones with PS5s, saying about how, you having to use FSR. Get that? Sony has PSSR, which is PlayStation Super Sampling. It's a rebrand of FSR. It is AMD's FSR with a new name. Even the Xbox has FSR. All the cons. I don't know about the Switch, but I know the Xbox and the PlayStation both use FSR. Yeah, I know. I only want the PlayStation 5 for one game. That's only because Sony's already said it won't come out on PC. Wolverine. I can wait. It will take expandable storage via the micro SD card, and I'm sure you can probably do it via the USB ports as well. I mean, USB-C. This right here is a 240 gig SSD with a USB 3 port. That would do for running games off of it. This here is also, one's actually 128 gig. Again, with a USB 3 port. Get one of those. When SSDs become cheap enough, slap it in there. Done. USB 3 is fast enough for you to load your games off of it. Yeah, the power supply built right in. There's that though. If it can be made red, whom, whom, whom. Themes made a Cylon. Why would I mention Owl? Call me Owl. Optimized for gaming. It runs Steam OS. By your command. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. That's the thing. It's not kit, but it is a machine. It must be a Cylon. That's one thing they did good with the new Battlestar Galactica. They had the stripe human Cylons, though it kind of must have become all religious. Spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen the show. Yeah, the fact it's Steam OS, which is it's Arch, don't you know? It's the integrated Alexa. Oh, Alexa, play Mr. Blobby. Luckily, I don't use Alexa. In fact, the amount of YouTubers I know nowadays, they call it Alexa. What's happening? I do like how they show that you can stream from it with a Stream Deck. I mean, yes, there is an app you can get for the Steam machine that allows you to use a Stream Deck on Linux. There's an app. So yeah, yours is unplugged. Oh, my Google's not unplugged. I use it to turn the fan on. Ads in. According to this, it should be 8 minutes. And it's a PC. And I mean, look at that. I mean, I don't quite recognize the ID. I think that IDE is Unreal's. Yeah, if it says it can play on Steam Deck, it will run on the Steam machine. The only one I'm not too the one that I was actually waiting for that I'm not too sure how much it's going to be because of the thing is Steam Frame. So I do have a VR headset. It's just here underneath my desk. The problem is it's a HTC Vive and got quite a low refresh rate by modern standards. I think it's 5 hertz, might be 75 hertz. Some of them now have 144 or higher, and I do get motion sick of it. So as I see it, might be worth me upgrading depending on the price. The tech specs subject to change. CPU, semi-custom AMD Zen 4 6-core 12 threads up to 4.8 gigahertz with 30-watt TDP. That's good. Oh, there was what they call the Digital Foundry, Digital Foundry has done tests and said it's not quite as powerful as the PS5, and it's more expensive than the PS5. Well, it's not a PS5. It's not designed to compete against a PS5. It's supposed to be allowing people who don't know what type of machine to get for gaming to have a machine they know will access the vast majority of their Steam library and play it. The amount of people, when I used to work in the industry with computers and having to build, repair computers and do technical support, the amount of people who just thought, buy the cheapest computer you can play games on it. Doesn't work that way. The amount of people who would buy a system with AMD integrated graphics, an AMD 2000G, or an A4 or anything like that, and think you can run Fortnite on that at 1080p with 60 frames per second. No, you can run Fortnite on that at 720p at 30 frames per second if you're running in performance mode when it first got released, according to their specs, which is what we went by. This is more powerful than those PCs. Costs more, but it's more powerful than those. It's designed as a PC that you slap on your... Yeah, they can slap in the living room, and it just sits there as a little box. Put that little box next to your Xbox, it won't look out of place. You can probably fit it on top of your Xbox, and it definitely wouldn't look out of place. In fact, I'd rather have that and the Xbox. The Xbox because, well, I already have the Xbox. But, yeah, in the Xbox. Actually, the modern Xbox, there's nothing wrong with the modern Xbox because it plays all my Xbox One stuff. And with the Game Pass, I've got too many games to just get rid. Game Pass, though, is what makes the Xbox pretty much. 16 gig of RAM, 8 gig of VRAM. I mean, if you're comparing it to a PC, yes, PC always wins. PC. I haven't got my PC Master Race t-shirt. I should turn around and say no Dreamcast or no Saturn. By the way, this is official from Sega merch. Well, official from Sega. It's not even merch. You can't buy it. There we go. I should grab a Saturn and go, this is the machine you want, isn't it? I'm sure Hitch will agree. Just grab my Saturn and go, this is the machine that everyone should get. Drink! I'm starting to sweat. But they're doing two versions. I have one simple question which hasn't been answered. Can you upgrade the SSD? If the answer is yes, get it. Just get the entry level one, I mean. And then later when the prices come down, yeah, it's not listed anywhere here, but if you can, just buy the 512 gig one. In about a year, when all the new SSDs and stuff come out, because we've got new stuff. We've got China entering the memory market and making memory that's as good as and cheaper than the other stuff. Corsair started using Chinese RAM in their RAM. When they use so it can't be bad when you've got actual branded names using it. They're coming out with SSDs. They're actually competing. The new factories are actually coming online quicker than these AI databases are coming online. They're starting to get a surplus again. The prices are going to come down. Buy the 512 gig model. Wait 6 months. No. Slap in a 2 terabyte. And now we've got 3 minutes of adverts. Unless you've got an ad blocker, then you don't have any adverts. Yeah, I know. 16 gig. 16 gig of laptop RAM with 8 gig. I mean, 8 gig of VRAM is. Oh, I know. Same here. Both my PC and Tara's PCs that have 32 gigs of RAM. Same RAM as well. It's just maxed out. This RAM's worth quite a bit in this current environment. I'm not selling it. And the funny thing is, sat on my desk right here is another 32 gig just in case. Yeah, I could get 16 gig sticks, but yeah.